We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Straight ahead, it's a matchup of unbeatens between the Chicago Bears and the Indianapolis Colts. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent while preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So this game of ours, Charles, you know, the talk of the NFL world all week. Two unbeaten teams. You rarely see such a matchup this deep into a season.
I would agree with that because normally you might get one team undefeated for a while. But two teams like this, and I remember in preseason, you looked at schedules and said, I think these two are on a collision course. It'd be interesting to see if they actually get there, and they did. And to me, the winner of this game has to wear the crown of Super Bowl favorite.
They'll look to throw now on first down. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. 4 yards remain for second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Looking this time for Woods, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, that's earned it by their play, the psychology is, okay, they're #1, they have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed him up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession. Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. The numbers for him from a week ago. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Back to Taylor on first down. To about the 35, second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now left side on the swing pass. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. But officially nothing on that one, no gain. So they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Now back to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Myles Garrett, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
This is taken at the 18. And he'll be out right at the 35. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bears take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10 at their 35-yard line. Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete there to Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. First and 10. Again, it's Johnson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. The Bears at a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the 50, here's Fields. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 32-yard line. Back to throw, Fields. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and the end result is a Bears touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And this ball game, clearly the game of the year so far. It's not very often that you find two unbeaten teams playing each other this late in the season, but that's what we have here, two heavyweights in the NFL.
You're right about that, and you think about recent memories, so let's take a little ginkgo right now and go down memory lane, right? 2007, 7-0 Colts, 8-0 Patriots. The Pats won 24-20. They ended up going 16-0 in the regular season before they lost in the Super Bowl against the Giants. How about 2015? 6-0 Broncos, 6-0 Packers. Denver won.
Spiller trying to get loose. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
That's taken it around the 40. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's Justin Fields and the rest of the Chicago offense. He had the touchdown pass last time they had it. And they'll start here with a 1st and 10. One play action. Fields sliding out of the pocket. Albert Okwuegbunam, the intended target. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. They try the left side with Johnson. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy is nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And here's Trenton Gill on to punt. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And the Colts coming out now. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
And the tackle there by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Taylor. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he'll find Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. They'll look to throw again. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to pull them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive. Here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
They go play action here on first down. Looking end zone, and he's got his man. It's Woods. Touchdown, Indianapolis. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Colts are an extra point away from evening this one up. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And we are tied at 7. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And a Jelani Woods touchdown catch capped things off. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away from the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense as we eat closer and closer to intermission. Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Fields. He's going to look deep for Watkins. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Kyle Pitts, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Bears have taken the lead. Santos now to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Colts taking the field again. Running back Jonathan Taylor at center stage. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Myles Garrett able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll set up to throw. And shutting him off, now open field. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Under pressure, and down he goes. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The Colts send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And it's fielded at the 34. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Now it's Fields off the bootleg. That's going to be caught by Pitts. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
It's showtime, baby. Oh, ain't that something?
On 1st down, it's Fields. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Colts are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Well, the Colts about to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one complete to Christian Kirk. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. On play action, they'll throw. And one more time, here's Kirk. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball, what's the first thing the coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the Rams who are out in front in that one. Dontrell Inman, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. From there, we'll head down to the Meadowlands to check on the Giants at home in MetLife Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Baker Mayfield with a couple of touchdown passes. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they were winners in that game over the visiting Detroit Lions. Davis Mills leading the way in the victory with 3.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Takes it at the 7. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. He'll start with a handoff to Johnson, and he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Off play action, Fields. They'll roll him out right. That's into the hands of Jacob Harris. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 44-yard line. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Fields. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determine that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything. And here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it. And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. That's exactly what they were aiming for defensively. A huge early play that cuts off any opposing momentum at the knees. As soon as that snap was made, they were flying to the ball and through the line. Great call from the coaching staff, and even better execution.
Free kick out of bounds.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10. Right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Signal and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Johnson running right.
Holding. Offense.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Now it's Fields. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's the option play now to the left. Fields hit and the ball is loose. And the Colts pick it up. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. So that a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the third quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
And he is not going to get in there. He stopped short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
Here we go, set!
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the sixth time he's been sacked in this ball game. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now back to throw. Being chased out left. Able to find a seam for 14 yards, but still now facing a fourth down after the scramble. The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And taken right at the 35. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Play action. It's Fields. Dancing to his left. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3-and-out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. Now, hang on. We got an injured player down there. Oh, boy, that's Odell Beckham Jr., OBJ, who's hurting. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Again, he'll drop to throw. looking for the out route here, and it's completed to Kirk. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw again. Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. They'll look to throw again. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Out to the right and complete to Pittman. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 42. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand the field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll get this down, rolled into the 18. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
2nd and 9 now. Caught by Woods. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Well, he does have 1 touchdown in the game already, and while this one won't go for 6, it's enough to get him 1st and goal. But you and I both know he's going to be a little upset he didn't cross the goal line for a 2nd time in this one.
Might want the ball here on the next play. They'll look to throw here. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Christian Kirk, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Shoves him aside. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 42 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell him to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 10 more there and another first down. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Fields now to throw. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he will have the Bears first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Here's Fields. Oh, no, he lost the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Fields throw into the hands of Pitts here. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 15-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Fletcher Cox picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bears with a football here as we welcome you back. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. They'll give up the middle to Johnson. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. All eyes on Fields. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position. But it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. So the Colts now down by 8, 1:46 to go. Their undefeated season, it's in danger unless they can score here as they've got a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Pass complete to Taylor. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down. back to throw. Pass complete to Robinson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Back to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
He's back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going. And I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And a tackle going to be made at the 38. First down now with that clock rolling. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw. And going right back to Pittman. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
I'm not right.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll get this one to Pittman. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's second down. This is caught. And he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a 2-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
They have one big call left. Here we go. The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
Come on.
They're going to try and run for it. And he is not going to reach the goal line. They were forced to go for it down 2, but the defense rises to the occasion, and they hold on to their lead. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Here's Fields. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. On third down, Johnson. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a fourth down now. What a finish in this one, Charles. This group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So for Chicago, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not